Introduction. Welcome to the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, a guide that dives into the transformative power of embracing challenges and letting go of control to unleash personal growth. At the heart of this book lies a profound message about the potential for change that comes not from external forces, but from within ourselves. In today's fast-paced world, where midlife often brings as much opportunity for growth as it does reflection on past achievements, Robbins challenges us to reconsider our approach to life's hurdles. Drawing on compelling research and real-life examples relatable to anyone in their 40s, this book promises to shift your perspective, encouraging you to let go of the reins just enough to discover a path to greater fulfillment. If you've ever felt stuck or wondered if there's more to life, this exploration offers the tools to turn introspection into actionable change, making it an essential listen for anyone eager to step into a more empowered phase of life. Part 2. Embracing Change. In the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins introduces the concept of embracing change as a pivotal force for personal development, especially significant for those in their 40s. This part of our lives often brings a mix of stability and yearning for renewal, where the comfort of familiar routines clashes with an emerging desire for transformation. Robbins argues that change is not just inevitable, but a necessary ingredient to enrich our lives, suggesting that embracing it with openness can lead to profound personal growth and fulfillment. For many of us, the idea of change can be daunting. It might mean altering career paths, shifting personal relationships, or adopting new habits that align better with our evolving aspirations. Robbins uses the stories of several individuals who, standing at the crossroads of complacency and aspiration, chose to take bold steps. These narratives resonate deeply with those of us in middle age, who might be contemplating significant life shift but are hindered by fear and uncertainty. Robbins doesn't just share success stories. She delves into the psychological barriers that prevent many from taking the leap. She explains how the comfort zone, while safe, is often a trap that stifles growth and creativity. By stepping out of it, individuals not only challenge their preconceptions, but also discover new competencies and passions. Robbins emphasizes the role of resilience, a trait that people in their 40s have typically begun to master, as a crucial tool for navigating the unpredictable waters of change. The author also addresses the societal pressures and expectations that can skew our perception of change. In your 40s, you might feel the weight of societal expectations to have your life sorted out, which can make the prospect of change seem like a step backwards. Robbins challenges this notion by presenting change as evolution, not regression. She encourages readers to redefine success on their own terms, advocating for a life led by passion and purpose rather than one dictated by societal benchmarks. Furthermore, Robbins touches upon the scientific aspect of change, incorporating research on neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This science underpins the idea that it is never too late to change one's brain or one's life, providing a hopeful message to those who fear they have missed their chance to evolve. This section is particularly inspiring, as it blends scientific insight with practical advice on how to harness one's mental faculties to foster change. Practicality is a cornerstone of Robbins' approach. She offers readers a variety of tools and techniques to initiate and sustain change. These include setting clear and attainable goals, developing a growth mindset, and creating a supportive environment that nurtures change. Each technique is discussed in detail, with examples of how they can be applied in real life. For instance, she describes how simple practices like journaling or mindfulness can increase self-awareness and catalyze the desire for change. In conclusion, this part of the audiobook not only motivates but also empowers listeners to embrace change as a positive and enriching aspect of life. Robbins' conversational style makes complex psychological concepts accessible, turning the often intimidating process of change into a series of manageable steps. For anyone in their 40s, or indeed at any stage of life, this narrative offers both inspiration and practical advice, making it clear that the best time to embrace change is always now. By the end of this section, Listeners are not only ready to reconsider their paths, but are also equipped with the tools to take their first steps towards a renewed and more fulfilling life. Part 3. The Power of Letting Go. In the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins explores the transformative power of letting go, a concept that resonates deeply with individuals in their 40s who often grapple with the burdens of unmet expectations and unrealized dreams. This section delves into the psychological and emotional liberation that comes from releasing the tight grip we often maintain over our lives' supposed outcomes. Robbins begins by discussing the common desire to control our environment and outcomes, a trait that can become more pronounced as we accumulate responsibilities and expectations in midlife. She introduces compelling narratives of individuals who, after years of striving for control in their careers and personal lives, discover the profound peace and unexpected opportunities that arose from simply letting go. These stories not only provide relatable content for listeners, but also serve as powerful illustrations of the concept's real-world impact. The discussion moves to the psychological underpinnings of our need for control, linked to the fear of uncertainty and failure. Robbins explains that this need often stems from a deep-seated belief that we can prevent discomfort and disappointment by managing every aspect of our lives. However, she counters this belief by highlighting the paradoxical truth. Letting go can lead to greater control over our happiness and fulfillment. By relinquishing our tight hold on how things should be, we open ourselves to new experiences and perspectives that can lead to more meaningful success. Robbins then transitions to practical advice, drawing on psychological principles and mindfulness techniques that can help individuals learn to let go. She emphasizes the importance of acceptance, accepting that we cannot control everything and that life's unpredictability is a source of vitality and renewal, not just fear. She introduces simple yet effective practices such as meditation, breathing exercises, and setting intentions that focus on the process rather than the outcome. These tools are designed to ease the anxiety associated with letting go and to foster a mindset that embraces possibility rather than perfection. One of the most compelling parts of this section is Robbins' discussion on the role of vulnerability in letting go. She argues that embracing our vulnerabilities is essential to genuine change and growth. By acknowledging our fears and imperfections, we can begin to let go of the personas we have constructed for ourselves and engage more authentically with the world around us. This message is particularly poignant for the target age group, who may be reassessing their life's direction and seeking a deeper authenticity in their pursuits. Furthermore, Robbins addresses the impact of letting go on personal relationships. She points out that control can often strain relationships, whether with partners, friends, or colleagues. Letting go can transform these dynamics, leading to richer, more fulfilling interactions. She shares stories of individuals whose relationships improved dramatically once they stopped trying to change or control the other person, and instead focus on understanding and supporting them. In conclusion, this section of the audiobook provides not just a philosophical overview of letting go, but also practical strategies that can be implemented immediately. Robbins' conversational tone ensures that the content is accessible, making complex psychological concepts understandable and relatable. For listeners in their 40s, this discussion on letting go offers a timely reminder of the power they hold over their own peace of mind and the quality of their interactions with others. It encourages them to reassess their approach to control and to consider the freedom that might come with embracing the art of letting go, promising a path to greater personal and interpersonal fulfillment. Part 4. Cultivating Resilience. In the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins discusses the essential quality of resilience, particularly relevant for individuals around the age of 40 who face life's inevitable challenges and transitions. This part of the book emphasizes the importance of resilience not just as a means to endure, but as a tool to actively thrive and reinvent oneself amidst adversity. Robbins begins this section by defining resilience as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, a trait that becomes increasingly significant as we navigate the complexities of midlife. This period often involves career shifts, changes in family dynamics, and personal introspections that can unsettle even the most stable individuals. Robbins introduces us to several people who, having faced significant setbacks, be it in their careers, health, or personal lives, managed to pivot and find new paths that were more aligned with their authentic selves. The narrative then explores the idea that resilience is not an innate trait, but a skill that can be developed. Robbins demystifies the process of building resilience, making it accessible through actionable steps and relatable anecdotes. She discusses the importance of maintaining a positive outlook, setting realistic expectations, and embracing change as an opportunity for growth. Each example is carefully chosen to resonate with listeners in their 40s, illustrating how these strategies can be applied in scenarios familiar to them, such as dealing with professional stagnation or evolving family roles. A significant portion of this section is dedicated to the strategies for cultivating resilience. Robbins highlights the role of supportive relationships in building this trait, suggesting that connections with others provide not only emotional comfort, but also practical advice and alternative perspectives that can enhance one's resilience. She encourages listeners to engage more deeply with their communities, whether these are professional networks, friends, or family. The stories included here showcase how individuals have drawn on their networks to navigate through tough times, providing a model that listeners can emulate. Robbins also delves into the psychological aspects of resilience by discussing the concept of cognitive flexibility, the ability to adjust one's thinking in the face of new information or unexpected situations. She provides exercises that help develop this flexibility, such as reframing negative situations to see them as challenges rather than obstacles, and practicing mindfulness to reduce the impact of stress on decision-making. Moreover, Robbins addresses the importance of self-care in building resilience. She argues that neglecting physical and mental health can undermine one's ability to cope with stress and recover from setbacks. She suggests practical self-care routines that fit into busy schedules, emphasizing that taking care of oneself is a critical step in maintaining not just physical health, but also emotional and psychological resilience. These routines include regular exercise, sufficient sleep, and mindfulness practices, all tailored to be especially beneficial for those in their 40s. In conclusion, this section of the audiobook equips listeners with the tools to build and strengthen their resilience. Robbins' conversational tone ensures that the scientific and psychological concepts discussed are easily understood, making the notion of resilience not only more approachable but also actionable. For listeners navigating the challenges of midlife, this discussion provides a beacon of hope and a practical guide, encouraging them to view resilience as a dynamic skill that can transform their approach to life's challenges. It promises not just survival but a thriving, fulfilling life post-adversity. Part 5. Harnessing the Power of Mindfulness. In the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins takes a deep dive into the practice of mindfulness, presenting it as a crucial tool for individuals in their 40s who are seeking to navigate the complexities of this pivotal life stage with grace and wisdom. This section explores how mindfulness can transform everyday experiences and enhance one's approach to both personal challenges and opportunities. Robbins begins by explaining the essence of mindfulness, the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment, without distraction or judgment. She stresses that this is not merely a technique for relaxation, but a powerful method for gaining clarity and insight into one's life. For those in their 40s, a time often marked by high demands from career, family, and personal growth, mindfulness offers a way to slow down and reflect on what truly matters. The narrative then shifts to how mindfulness can improve mental health. Robbins details the psychological benefits, including reduced stress, anxiety, and depression, all common issues as one navigates midlife transitions. She presents compelling evidence from research studies that illustrate how regular mindfulness practice can lead to significant improvements in mental well-being, providing readers with both the motivation and the scientific backing to incorporate this practice into their daily lives. Building on this, Robbins explores the impact of mindfulness on physical health. She connects how being mindful can lead to better decision-making regarding nutrition, exercise, and sleep, which are crucial areas of concern for anyone in their 40s. The section includes practical advice on how to integrate mindfulness into everyday activities, such as eating or walking, turning these routine actions into opportunities for enhancing health and awareness. Robbins also addresses how mindfulness can enhance relationships. At this stage of life, personal and professional relationships can become either sources of great joy or significant stress. Through mindfulness, individuals learn to respond to relationship challenges with greater compassion and less reactivity, fostering deeper connections and resolving conflicts more effectively. Robbins includes narratives of people who have transformed their relationships with their partners, children, and colleagues by practicing mindfulness, offering listeners relatable and aspirational tales of success. An essential part of this section is devoted to the practice of mindful meditation. Robbins provides a straightforward guide on how to begin and sustain a meditation practice, emphasizing its feasibility regardless of one's busy schedule. She demystifies meditation, presenting it not as an esoteric practice, but as a practical, accessible tool that can be as simple as focusing on one's breath for a few minutes each day. Robbins further expands on mindfulness in the context of achieving personal and professional goals. She argues that mindfulness can sharpen focus, enhance creativity, and increase productivity, which are all vital for success in any field. By remaining present and attentive, individuals can better navigate the complexities of workplace dynamics and personal ambitions, making more informed decisions that align with their long-term objectives. In conclusion, this section not only advocates for mindfulness as a technique for living more fully, but also equips the listener with the tools to implement it in various aspects of life. Robbins' conversational style makes the scientific and spiritual concepts of mindfulness accessible and engaging, ensuring that listeners are not only informed, but also inspired to take action. For those in their 40s, this chapter offers a hopeful message that mindfulness is not just about managing stress, but about transforming the quality of their lives, empowering them to meet the challenges and opportunities of midlife with confidence and poise. Part 6. Embracing Authenticity. In the Let Them theory, Mel Robbins delves into the pivotal theme of authenticity, exploring its significance for individuals in their 40s. This stage of life often prompts a reevaluation of personal values and goals, making the journey towards authenticity not only relevant but essential. Robbins articulates how embracing one's true self can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Robbins starts by defining what it means to be authentic. She describes authenticity as the alignment between one's actions and beliefs, where personal choices reflect genuine preferences rather than societal expectations. This congruence leads to greater life satisfaction and inner peace. For those navigating the complexities of midlife, this message resonates deeply as they often face pressures to conform to external standards, whether in their careers, family life, or social circles. She then explores the barriers to authenticity, which include fear of judgment, insecurity, and the ingrained habit of comparing oneself to others. Robbins uses relatable examples of individuals in their 40s who confronted these barriers. She tells the story of a successful lawyer who realized he was pursuing a career to satisfy his parents' expectations rather than his own passion. This narrative is potent, underscoring the transformative impact of aligning one's career with one's true interests. To help listeners overcome these barriers, Robbins introduces practical strategies. She emphasizes the importance of self-reflection, which can be facilitated through journaling, meditation, or therapy. These practices help individuals identify and dismantle the false narratives they have constructed about who they should be, allowing them to rediscover who they truly are. Each method is discussed with clear, actionable steps, making the process accessible for everyone, regardless of their familiarity with introspective practices. Robbins also addresses the role of vulnerability in achieving authenticity. She argues that being open about one's fears and weaknesses is not a sign of frailty, but a strength that fosters genuine connections with others. This openness is particularly vital in personal relationships, as it encourages honesty and mutual support. Robbins shares examples of couples who deepened their relationships after one partner chose to be vulnerable, sharing their doubts and aspirations openly. The impact of authenticity on professional life is another critical aspect Robbins explores. She challenges the conventional wisdom that professional personas must conform to strict corporate norms. Instead, she advocates for bringing one's whole self to work, which can enhance creativity, drive, and leadership skills. This part of the discussion is particularly empowering for listeners who may feel stifled in their professional environments and are seeking ways to integrate more of their personal identity into their work. Furthermore, Robbins delves into the societal benefits of living authentically. She posits that when individuals embrace their true selves, they contribute to a more diverse and accepting society. This diversity fosters innovation, understanding, and collaboration across various domains. Robbins encourages listeners to consider the broader impact of their journey towards authenticity, not just on their own lives, but on society as a whole. In conclusion, this section of the audiobook provides a comprehensive guide to embracing authenticity. Robbins' conversational tone ensures that the concepts discussed are digestible and engaging, making the path to authenticity seem not only desirable but attainable. For listeners in their 40s, this message of embracing one's true self offers a powerful incentive to transform their lives, promising greater fulfillment and a profound sense of purpose. Through real-life stories, practical advice, and encouraging insights, Robbins equips her audience with the tools to live authentically and inspire others to do the same. Part 7. Moving Forward with Intention. In the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins concludes her exploration of personal growth and transformation with a powerful call to action. This final section, aimed at individuals around the age of 40, encapsulates the key insights from the book and provides a structured pathway for applying these principles to one's life. Robbins' conversational style continues to make complex concepts accessible, ensuring that her message resonates deeply and motivates listeners to take decisive steps toward change. Robbins begins by summarizing the core ideas presented throughout the book, emphasizing the importance of embracing change, letting go of control, cultivating resilience, practicing mindfulness, and living authentically. She reflects on how these principles are interconnected and how each contributes to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This recap is not just a reminder, but a consolidation of the tools that readers have at their disposal, encouraging them to reflect on how they can integrate these insights into their daily lives. Next, Robbins offers a profound reflection that connects the book's themes back to the initial call for introspection and personal evolution. She discusses the transformative power of self-awareness and how understanding one's own desires, fears, and strengths is a foundation for any meaningful change. Robbins stresses that this journey is not about reaching a destination, but about continuing to grow and adapt. For listeners in their 40s, who often find themselves reassessing their life's direction, this message provides both comfort and a challenge to forge a path that aligns more closely with their true selves. Robbins then shifts to proposing actionable steps that listeners can take to apply the book's lessons. She emphasizes setting intentional goals that are not just about achieving external success, but about fostering personal satisfaction and happiness. She suggests starting small, choosing one area to focus on, whether it's improving a relationship, changing a career path, or developing a new hobby. The importance of consistency and persistence is highlighted, along with the need to remain flexible and open to adjustments along the way. Moreover, Robbins encourages listeners to create a supportive environment that nurtures change. This involves surrounding oneself with people who inspire and motivate, as well as creating physical and emotional spaces that reflect one's goals and values. She discusses the significance of community and collaboration, suggesting that listeners seek out groups or networks that share similar aspirations. This not only enhances personal growth, but also contributes to a broader culture of support and encouragement. Finally, Robbins concludes with a compelling call to action. She challenges her listeners to take the first step towards transformation, however small. This could be booking a session with a counselor, joining a new class, or simply dedicating time each day for self-reflection. The key, Robbins asserts, is to start somewhere and to start now. She leaves her audience with the encouragement that every step forward, no matter how small, is a part of the journey towards a more intentional and rewarding life. In crafting this conclusion, Robbins not only recaps and reflects but also motivates and empowers. Her conversational tone, combined with the use of relatable examples and actionable advice, ensures that listeners are not just passive recipients of information, but are equipped and inspired to take action. For individuals around the age of 40, this final message offers a timely reminder of their agency and the possibility of continued growth and happiness. With this, Robbins wraps up her discussion, leaving her audience with the tools and the confidence to move forward with intention and purpose.